Good morning. Today is Anzac Day. My name is Dimitri. The dawn service has just finished and we're now heading into the next service. Anzac Day is a day of remembrance for all Australians and New Zealanders that died in conflicts and wars, and also that extends to their families. As we remember these people today, I hope, is my hope, that they did not die in vain. And I served in the Australian military 30 years ago. It was my job at that time to put together bits of information and make sense of that information and report back. Now, I've done that with the senators of our country, I've done that with the military, and now I'm doing it with you, the public, because this is a very serious matter. I believe that the war that we are experiencing right now, yes, that's correct, we are experiencing war. This is World War III, and this is the greatest war that has ever been seen on the face of the planet. The difference is that this war is a quiet war. It's quiet, and the weapons that are being used are silent weapons. That may be hard for you to believe. For others, people are beginning to awaken as we speak more and more rapidly, and that's the hope that we all share and have. The leaders of our nation are aware of these things, but only at the highest levels. And I'll prove that to you in a few moments. Who is carrying out this war, and who is this war against? The war is against the surface populations of the planet. World War I and World War II were staged. Both sides were working together against certain groups. Those groups were Protestant men and women. Both of those wars were conducted by the Vatican, the Roman Empire, the remnants of the Roman Empire, with a lot of power, a lot of money, a lot of high positions, people in monarchies, people in secret societies, people controlling the secret services, and finances. Without the finances, no war is possible. So why is this happening? We know that who is doing it. Why is this war happening? The purpose of the war, World War III, is to depopulate planet Earth and to socially re-engineer and genetically remodify the human race and the human organism. How is it happening? Through a manipulation of the Van Allen's belt, which is an electromagnetic field that passes through the Earth and up and around, from the Antarctic up into the Arctic. So that very small but very significant fact tells us that those who control the Antarctic and those who control the Arctic, the West, Americans, English, Australians, New Zealanders in the South, the Russians in the North, the Europeans seem to be being left out, at least the surface population is anyway, need to be working together. Another thing that we know that there's been complicity at the highest levels in the political sphere and in the military realm, is that Australia has already been hit. And that's one of the main purposes why I'm talking with you today. Australia, nuclear Vigma dust, which is a small particle dust, has been blown up into the atmosphere, taken by HAARP weather weapons, High Altitude Auroral Research Project weapons, and dragged down to the Antarctic, then up across the eastern coast of Australia. This happened several years ago. Professor Loren Murray, International War Crimes Judge Alfred Lambremont Weber spoke about this, exposed it. Dana Durnford, another nuclear scientist, exposed it. Their reward was electromagnetic frequency weapons turned upon their own personal body. One was jailed. And this information is very slowly coming out, but it's taking its time, but it's getting out there. So those names are significant people. Another name, is a significant name for you for research, would be Professor Dane Wigington. He talks about chemtrails and nanoparticulates being dropped from the atmosphere by drones now, it used to be aeroplanes, upon the population again, and a saturation of nanoparticles in the entire atmosphere of the Earth. So these are some of the weapons. Next year in 2020, the electromagnetic frequency military weaponized machine or system is going to be rolled out, the 5G. China, I believe, already have 5G in their country. Experimentation is being done in China because the interest groups are communism, Islam, and the political left. Now that political left has a purpose. They will fizz out sooner or later, and then there will be an insurgence there of a radical right political party somewhere in the Western world that will try to unite. Just similar to what happened with Adolf Hitler in World War II. So we swing left and then we swing right, and then we polarize, and then disappearances begin because the Gestapo comes out, people begin to become arrested, disappear, and they're tortured, dragged underground, and various things. These are the same patterns that are happening. We're at a stage now, a very crucial stage, where the population can make a difference if there is awareness. So what I'm advocating is awareness of these things. When will this be completed? We said that the 5G system, the 5th generation electromagnetic frequency communication system, will be rolled out next year, but by the year 2021 there is such a thing as Agenda 21. I believe that is a date to be met where all the dirty work has happened, and the pace of things is indicating that. The pace is rapidly increasing. We've spoken about the weapons, we've spoken about who and how. It should be also understood that Australia has been hit. I re-emphasize that we have been hit. Australia has been hit. There is no way on earth that there can be hundreds of underground cities in America, in Australia, in Europe, and various other places around the world. The Russians admit it, and China and so on. Underground cities, interconnected military cities, hundreds of them across, and that our politicians and our high military generals don't know about this. So we can see there that there is treachery in our land, and you, the people, need to know that. And we all need to develop a voice. The political left has silenced us long enough. This is a window of opportunity to use your voice and get the word out. Do some research and get the word out to others. Talk to your neighbors, make people aware. That's about all the power we're going to have. And next year when that 5G hits, it's also a brain control, mind control weapon where people are just simply not going to be interested in telling anybody anything. They're going to be happy to lay down and die. Don't believe for 1 minute that the pharmaceutical companies are doing us any favors. These people own not only the banks but the pharmaceutical companies, so we're also being attacked chemically. This is a nuclear, biological, chemical, and electromagnetic frequency attack on the human organism. Beyond this, we've talked about the interest groups, and we should talk a little bit about democracy. Excuse me just a minute. We should talk a little bit about democracy and a little bit about Christianity. The two are interlocked in the American Constitution, a very powerful nation that's being used at the moment to carry out the dirty work right across the world through the secret services, through their CIA and all the other secret services that they liaise and operate with. So democracy is the people at the bottom of a pyramid, or an inverted pyramid, telling the monarchy or the leadership what their wishes are. A pyramid-style system is the opposite, where the monarchy dictate, or dictatorial, fascist, communist-style system, where the leaders tell the people what's going to happen. Now, the only way that the people cannot have their proper say in democracy is to blind those people. And the way to blind the people is through propaganda and the media machine. So all media is fake news. As President Trump said, he was very right in saying that there is fake news, and everything and most things, even the education systems and the institutions, are delivering a fake history, a fake science, fake news, and fake just about everything, propaganda, just as it was in World War II. It is very much the same templates, different applications, quiet war, silent weapons, to put it in a nutshell. Don't forget space. Space Force has been introduced by the Trump administration. It is a new field, a new area, well, fairly new, but the main part, who controls that high ground up there in space and the satellites, controls the planet. So there is a space race, but make no mistakes, all sides are working together against the surface population of the world. So today, to wrap it up, as we remember the fallen, the dead, and those who served, let's remember them in a way where we don't forget as time rolls on, and that their sacrifice is not lost, and that we may, with a very slim hope, find some freedom in the world. Thank you very much. See you next time.